Looking for Godfrey, Callum, got Godfrey, and Stephen Godfrey. He's at the 5, the 4, the end goal. Stephen Godfrey.
Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs. Winners of 2018.
Well done, boys. Let's give it up. Go on, lads.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lewis Track for a Lower School Sports Day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
My name's Graham Kennedy and I'm delighted to have Miss Jenna Duffield with me. Are you excited about this afternoon, Jenna?
Very excited. It'd be very nice to see some of the third form perform in some new, some old events. So yeah, I think we have a great afternoon in store.
And we have got underway in some of the field events. The track event started at 2:30, but the lower third girls shot put and the lower third boys shot put, and with the lower third boys high jump, and there's javelin going on for the upper third and lower third girls long jump. So plenty to be occupied with. A few people still just warming up on the track. The sun is going to come out imminently, hopefully. And this is the biggest number of competitors we've ever had in the Lower School Sports Day. Almost every one of the 99 pupils getting involved in some shape or form. What was your event on the track, Miss Duffield?
Well, I was a bit of a thrower and a sprinter. I think the moment you went anything further than 800 meters, it just wasn't quite my event. What about you, sir? What about you?
Just the 1500.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
couldn't
quite
throw
the opposite.
or jump.
So we got javelin underway there. So some really good performances so far from the upper third boys. So hopefully we'll have a little sighting of the next throw.
There's Teddy White limbering up with some advice from Bruno Guest. Much wanted, I'm sure. Mr. Sperring, pleased to be on the big screen.
And with a very able Miss Pugh helping out in the old measuring of the javelin.
We're really grateful today to some of our upper sick. There's Alex Pert, who's helping measure the javelin, but there's 5 others. There's Izzy Delicata, Ben Good, Ben Bishop, and
Kata Yarn.
Kata Yan. So thanks so much to those 5. And here comes Teddy White.
And unfortunately, I think that will be a no throw. But luckily for them, they all have 3 goes each. So let's see what Mr. White brings in his next throw.
Harry measuring it anyway, just in case.
In the far distance, we've got shot put. So here we've got the lower third girls as well as the lower third boys. So I think the difference with that is, if I recall rightly, is 1 kilogram. So the difference between 3 for the girls and 4 kilograms for the boys. So they are putting the shot. Who was that? I think it was that potentially, maybe that was George Dacius, I think.
And there's Luca Christie launching the javelin. Looks a good throw. Harry going out to measure. We'll keep you updated with results as they come in over the course of the afternoon. But hopefully some records being broken this afternoon, and certainly a record for the highest number of lower school pupils ever involved in the athletics. Really grateful to the games department who are here en masse today to make sure everything's run safely, and we try and stick to time.
Yeah,
and
I think
here's
Bruno
Guest limbering
again.
up.
Lovely over shoulder technique over there from Mr. Guest. So like Mr. Kennedy mentioned, we'll get those measurements as results. As they come in, we will make sure that you're all well informed. On the track, we're going to start off our first event shortly with 1500. So we're going to have the girls and the boys across both year groups starting off the very first track event of the 1500, which is 3 times around the track.
Just got time to see Michael Monday launch the javelin.
Ooh,
impressive throw there from Michael. That'll be threatening the lead mark, I suspect.
and measuring up in collection of the shots as well. Mr. Brendan Hayes on the starter gun on the track.
Whilst we wait for the start of the 1500 metres, here comes Monty William Toxvard with the Javelin. And you can hear in the background the 1500 metres has just started. And straight into an early lead has gone George Westaway with Daria Jacobi, the leading girl at the moment. Great to see boys and girls running together today.
Really good. I think Benji is close on George's heels, which is good to see. And a fantastic opportunity for the pupils to show off all the hard work they've done in their games program in the last few weeks. And I just want to reiterate that the opportunity for them to be out in the fresh air here at Lewis running track is a great opportunity. I'm not sure if you can hear, but there's fantastic support from the third form on the bank. I think the third form have a wonderful opportunity to support their tutees as they win points for their House Cup competition.
And if any of you parents are in the car park, you're slightly early to pick up, do beep your horns in support, but please stay in your vehicles. Here comes George in first place with Benji Schmidt-Uli in second, Kit Isdale Blades in third with Freddie Manchuso Marcello in fourth. Good run from Miri Ellicock in fourth with Jake Penrose and Daria Jacobi just passing through 300 metres, and Frank Warburton hot on their heels.
I think the 1500 is always quite a hard one to gauge. How hard do you go out? Do you want to make a strong start and be out in the lead? So what's your top tip for the 1500?
Pace yourself, I think. I think always pace yourself. So some people are paying for that very quick start. But it looks like Benji Schmidt-Wheely is just pulling up on George Westaway there.
Yeah, I think
good friends. I wonder if they'll have a little natter, but I doubt it this afternoon. There's House Cup points at stake.
I think as well as the house points, per position in each event, I think it's also down to the participation percentage. So how many people in each tutor group participate across all of the events is also vital. And so as they're coming around the corner for I think they've just passed the halfway mark. So they're coming around towards the end of the second lap.
That's right, about 800 metres to go when they pass the finish line. Benji's still got a big smile on his face. George is putting a good honest effort at the front there. Interesting to see how things change in the latter part of the race, when we'll see whether they've timed their effort correctly or not. So it's George in first with Benji in second, Kit gritting his teeth coming through in third, Freddie showing off his wonderful flowing locks in fourth, and Miri Ellicott running a superb race, hot on the heels of Freddie.
And very, very good. We've got Jake coming in here looking incredibly determined. Frank keeping him very much in his sights. And then Daria is in second place for the girls. An absolute fantastic opportunity for them to compete alongside the boys, and also to keep pushing them to go quicker and faster as the laps get ticked off. We've got two more laps for them to be crossing this finish line and completing the very first track event of the lower school sports day.
A really good race here developing between George and Benji particularly, and Freddie and Miri in fourth and fifth respectively.
What you might not be able to see is that alongside the track in the final 100 meter straight, you've got a fantastic supportive bunch of children from the lower third who are literally jumping up and down supporting their peers, and I think this is what sports day is all about.
And George is just starting to pull away now from Benji, with just coming up for the bell for the last lap. Benji looking behind anxiously, but he's got a good 50 metres until Kit in third place. George relieved to hear the bell there. Let's see what Benji's got up his sleeve.
I'll tell you what, sir, that bell is a wonderful sound when you're running the 1500.
And a huge effort coming in here from some athletes who haven't run this distance very often. And here comes Freddie with Miri hot on his heels. A fantastic race from Miri Ellicock. Frank Warburton's overtaken Jake at the moment. But anything can happen in this last 400 metres.
This is normally when... So when would you kick? If you're going to kick in for that finish line, when would that...
Well, it looks like George has got it just right. He's just started to kick, and he's looking really comfortable and relaxed in his running style as he goes down that back straight. They are coming up into the wind for the last 150 metres, so we'll see if his kick can survive that final push.
We've got a wonderful set of staff here today to be able to facilitate such a great opportunity for us as third form to come out and compete. We've got as many of the sports PGAT. So PGAT is the postgraduate assisting teacher, which we're incredibly grateful for, as they coach them during games 3 times a week and also take them for their fixtures. So we're incredibly indebted to their dedication to lower school games.
And here comes George Westaway, finishing really strongly. Great performance from George, who paced things perfectly there.
I think he's ended just as he started. Fantastic.
And Benji relieved to a finish as well. A really strong performance.
Well done
to
boys.
Benji.
Really, really good, but wonderful performance from both of them. I think it was a very good, well competitive race.
And well done to Kit Esdale, coming in 3rd place. Relieved to see that finish line coming.
Well done, Kit. And we've got a sprint here from Freddie, doing a fantastic job, making sure he leaves nothing left on that track. Well done, Freddie.
And well done to Miri Ellicock, a fantastic performance there.
And in 1st place for the girls, well done, Miri. Absolutely fantastic showcase there. And I think she has come first by quite a bit. But remember, it's not all about who comes first, it's about participation, and that percentage really does count at the end of the day.
Well done to Frank Warburton, just crossing the line there. They'll be able to enjoy the rest of the afternoon now. I know there's been butterflies since this morning, the thought of starting with the 1,500 metres this afternoon. But great to see honest efforts put in all round. And here comes Jake Penrose, finishing really strongly in the last 80 metres. Really gutsy performance from Jake.
Looks determined. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Jake. And then on the final bend, we have Daria, who's doing a fantastic job to represent Lower 3 Marsh. So I'm sure her peers, her colleagues will be absolutely thrilled that she's scoring some well-deserved house points.
I've always thought points should be doubled for the longer races, but no one ever agreed with me. But however many points, she can be really proud of herself. That's a fantastic finish from Daria. It's just great to see people pushing themselves and getting involved.
A lot of these events is the first time that some of these pupils have actually participated in them. And well done, Daria. Lovely finish. So I think due to many things like the COVID restrictions as well as the games opportunities, a lot of the pupils haven't had as much opportunity to practice their events. So I think there's a lot of us here that are really incredibly proud of what they've done and the performance they will hopefully put on for the rest of the afternoon.
And in case you want to go and make a cup of tea, you can pause the live feed and come back and watch it in a minute. The next race is going to be the upper third boys and girls 1,500 metres, which is just about to start on the far side of the track.
And we've got Mr. back in the shot right now, just showing some of his duties, how it's done. And Mr. Hayes with his gun up, and we're off.
Quick start there from Maria Toberman, striding out confidently at the front.
I wish I had that large stride. And fantastic opportunity from the two girls in the front. We look forward to seeing them whip past us here on the finish line. And we've got Finn Goring, I think he's the lead boy so far, with Bertie Taylor hot on his heels.
That's Joy Shee in second, and Maria Toberman striding out confidently at the front there. Great to see that aggression from the start. Here's hoping there's something in reserve as well. But lovely start from Maria. And loads of the peers going over to scream encouragement.
A quick takeover from Bertie.
It's going to be a good race here developing between Bertie and Finn.
Oh, Bertie's
Joyce
hugging
Shee
that.
just dropping back a bit in fourth, and Josh Law coming through strongly with Ollie Pearson and Noah Robson just behind. Will Hutchinson and Isabella Orman pacing themselves nicely with Eleanor Percival, followed by Phoebe and Annabelle. A much bigger field for this race. And here comes Alison Key, just coming past the finish line as well.
What a great opportunity to see so many of the upper thirds participating in this race. I definitely think, because it's this event is quite long in timing. I think it's often like Mr. Kennedy said, should it be representative of more points? I don't know, sir. Honest
athletes, long distance runners. That's all I've got to say. As much as I'd love to have been quick like Usain Bolt.
I mean, do you only think it's double points because that's your event, or?
I might be slightly biased, but I've seen the amount of time they put in training, seem to be sweating, pushing themselves, and I've seen sprinters sort of just striding around the track and then
stretching.
They seem to sit down and stretch quite a lot. But that's definitely a biased viewpoint.
One run every 30 minutes.
And here comes Bertie Taylor, still looking really strong here at the front. He's got a lovely rhythm, a lovely gait there. His head up, looking confident at the moment as he approaches the halfway mark, and put a good 40 metres into Finn Goring, who's in second place, with Josh Law just beginning to catch up with Finn, and Noah Robson looking determined on their shoulders, with Ollie Pearson just behind.
I think Josh Law was making eye contact and signalling with his peers there. I think he was a bit of positive reinforcement as he was running down this final straight.
And there's Isabella Orman with Eleanor Percival just behind, and Maria Tobman just behind her. They're developing into a good girls race, with Phoebe Blandy and Annabelle Amos just coming through to begin their third lap.
I think here we have Joy followed by Alison, and fantastic to see as she's glancing across the track at the other side. And yeah, looking good. I remember doing athletics and always talking about having shoulders back, relaxed shoulders as you're running, making sure you find your rhythm. I must admit, I never quite found my rhythm in long distance running.
Bertie Taylor looks like he's got a lovely rhythm going. Just starting to look over his shoulder there. He's a bit anxious with a lap and a half to go. But he's looking good. And he'll be buoyed by all of his tutor group cheering him on.
Bertie making upper three Harvey very, very proud at the moment. But Miss Lowe's tutee, Finn Goring. Ooh, will he pip him at the post for this lap?
One more lap left to go. Finn's finishing very strong. He seems to have timed it very well. Can Bertie hang on to his shoulder? We'll just have to wait and see. And here comes Noah Robson, looking strong in third place.
Looking very good, Noah. And we've got Josh and Ollie very closely, tightly packed. And is Ollie going to... Oh, no.
There's great footage of Finn at the front there.
So just to remind you, we've still got the shot put in the background, as well as the javelin. So looking forward to some of those results coming in a little bit later. But yeah, I think the upper three boys javelin and the lower three boys in shot, as well as the girls.
And Finn Goring starting to really stretch out now. Bertie's doing his utmost to try and hang on, but Finn looks like he'll be tough to catch now.
40-odd metres.
He seems to have timed it really well there. Really disciplined start of the first couple of laps, and then he's really pushed hard on that third lap, and he's just looking to put a little bit more distance between him and Bertie now as he comes down to the final straight.
Some on the other side of the track, there were some of their friends running alongside some of the athletes on the track. Great to see their support.
Here comes Finn, finishing really strongly. Really calculated race, which he's delivered perfectly there.
And Bertie speeding up towards the end. Is it enough? Not quite. Well done. Fantastic race from both of these boys. Really competitive.
And here's Noah Robson finishing strongly in third place. Josh Law just managing to hold off Ollie Pearson in fifth.
Oh, well done. Fantastic.
So we've lulled you into a nice, easy start to the afternoon with the 1,500 metre races. We're going to have the 300 metres coming shortly with some more field events. Here comes Will Hutchison and a really strong finish from Isabella Orman.
Oh, fantastic to see them running in that final straight with still energy, still pace, still looking like they're enjoying it.
Great run from Isabella, well done to her. And superb run from Eleanor Percival, just coming into the last 50 metres. She's sealed up second place. Phoebe Blandy finishing
In
third place for the girls.
yes, strong finish by Phoebe. Oh, and that was a near miss.
And Maria Taubman coming in just behind. Paid a little bit for that impressively fast start. And Annabelle Amos coming in. And Alison Key coming to finish her last lap.
Fantastic. As we start organising the 300 metres runners, so at the start we've still got a little bit to go in the end of the race. Alison Key is doing a fantastic job in her final lap of the 1,500. I think some of the athletes are warming up for the high jump as well, and so hopefully we'll get some results in from the high jump. That will be from the lower third boys high jump.
And there's Miri Ellicock just finishing her long jump, probably just recovering from that 1,500 metres, not had much time to rest, but nevertheless a jump to be measured. Great to get one on the board early on, that she can then push for a longer jump in the later rounds.
And Daria as well. So fantastic to see that both girls have participated in the longer track event, and yeah, have jumped hopefully some really good jumps as they're being measured. Do you think do you think that track would be a good warm-up for them, or do you think it would hinder their explosive jumping?
I think they'll be knackered for the rest of the afternoon because they put absolutely everything into that first race, which was great to see. It does make you sort of look at decathletes and heptathletes with a new sense of admiration when you realise what they put their bodies through.
Yeah, absolutely. I think triathlon was the most that I've ever done. Absolutely loved that, actually, I think.
When was that, Miss Duffield?
The last one was probably about 5 years ago, if I'm completely honest.
Are you in full retirement now, or are you thinking about going back to
I'll
it?
probably go back. It's one of those things I don't plan, and then I enter, and then 6 months later, I'm like, oh, it's in a week's time. So yeah, I quite enjoy it.
So parents, please do remind Miss Duffield when you next see her that she needs to sign up for something. I don't think the competitive instinct ever dies, does it?
Never, absolutely never. We have Joy Shee, who's just finishing her race now, and she's been. There's some fantastic support on the end as she finishes the line. Yeah, well done, Joy. I must admit, though, the last triathlon that I did do, I actually had a podium finish. But I must be completely honest, it was an awful day, lots of rain. I think the majority of the people didn't pitch up for the event, and that's the only reason why I ended in bronze.
Bronze medal, still a bronze medal, Miss Duffield.
And Alison is coming up to the finish line of her 1,500 metre event. She has been absolutely superb, and lots of support from the athletes at the finish line.
There she
and
goes.
Well done, Alison Key.
That is a fantastic effort from Alison. Amazing to see her really push herself for house points. And every point makes a difference. It was only won by 3 points the last time we had Lower School Sports Day, so that could yet be crucial for her tutor group.
Oh, Jasmine Dennington in the shot put. Well done. She's just put the shot really nicely. Good technique. Even exited the circle correctly. I can't tell you how many times people step over that front line and creating a no throw, unfortunately. But Jasmine has done exceptionally well.
There's a great clearance in the high jump. It looks like Belle
Is
Anderson?
that, is it
no,
Emily
sorry.
Pryor? Emily Pryor.
Sorry, it's very hard to see from across here, but that's Mr. Chambray and Izzy Delicata, one of our volunteers today, running the high jump. As soon as we can get a slight zoom in, it looked like a great clearance from Emily Pryor.
I think that's. I saw some really good, fantastic jumps earlier as well. Oh, just skimming her bottom.
And the 300-meter races are, you might have heard, just going off in the background there.
So who's
It looks like it might be Maya Ryder Valdez streaking ahead. It's
wow, she is quick.
with
Got Catherine Green in the
s-
second. It's quite hard to see across the track.
Has she paced it well? We'll have to wait and see.
Forgot my binoculars, sir. Did you bring yours?
Not today. But we could see her just glance over her shoulder there. We'll see if she's timed this right. But a fantastic start. She's got a great deal of raw pace there. But Catherine Green looking very determined in lane 2 there.
It is Maya. Maya Ryder Valdez in first place so far. We've got Catherine Green hot on her heels. Absolutely fantastic. Look at her. She's still looking strong as she struts over that line. Catherine, well done. We've got Elena in third and Maya Rossini in fourth. Well done, girls. Excellent effort.
Yeah, dominant performance there
Oh,
from Maya
little hop,
Ryder
skip and a
Valdez.
jump over the finish line. I like it. Definitely more energy in the tank for her. We move on to the boys' event as they line up for the start of the 300 meters. Oh, that was close. That was, I think, Emily Pryor's hand might have pushed that pole down. I saw Isabella King jumping some good height earlier in the high jump. Lovely to see.
We're over to Mr. Hayes at the start of the lower third boys, 300 meters. Brief consultation between Mr. Hayes and an unknown member of the sports department who appears to be showing him which way to point the gun when he starts the race. I imagine Mr. Hayes is giving that short shrift right now. He's been around the block and the track a few times. He was a fantastic 800-meter runner in his day, but now is happily at trackside encouraging our athletes. Every day of the week he lives for his athletics.
I think there was a few tutors last week doing a bit of what do we call it? Trying to see who's the longest jumper and making sure they're competing in classroom long jump.
And sorry to interrupt there. That was just Phoebe Blandy narrowingly knocking that bar off in the high jump. And here come the lower third boys. Looks like Alec Vaughan just narrowly gone into the lead there to start with. We'll get more of a view as they come around the track.
Caleb in second and Kit on the inside lane. And it's all about that bend. The moment that we come out of this bend, it all kind of becomes clear who is taking the lead.
Looks very tight between Alec and Caleb at the moment. Kit coming through quite strongly as well there around that bend as they enter the wall of noise. And Daria Jacobi doing the 300 metres after just doing the 500 metres, but the look of determination on Alec Vaughan's face is coming through strongly now, finishing really well, about 20 metres ahead.
Well done, Alec.
Of Caleb, who's just doing enough to hold off Kit. And,
Kit's also involved in the 1,500.
And Daria Jacobi just finishing off now, having just run in the 1,500 metres too.
Not only that, sir, she was also seen doing some long jump in the pits.
I'm just going to double check the rule book and check she's not doing every single event today.
I think, unfortunately, when there's only 5 girls in a tutor group, they do have to double up somewhat.
She'll sleep well tonight. And Dr. and Dr. Jacobi, if you're listening, I think she deserves a Deliveroo tonight. But it's a great effort from Daria there. You can see the next heat, it's the upper third girls. 300 metres. It looks like Jess Poole in lane 4, Din Ai in lane 3, Yoko Lam in lane 2, and Foyen in lane 1.
And there's one other person just behind the net.
Jump from Bertie Taylor in the long jump.
Bertie looks like he's quite comfortable in that pit.
Looks like Mr. Bach's about to rake him out the pit unless he gets up.
I think Sienna and Holly are just telling them how it's done. And Din and Jess in camera shot now, looking quite relaxed actually, looking quite like they are they about to start a race? I'm not sure. There we go.
Gun up.
And they're off.
Oh, there's 2 more lanes operating. It looks like Martha Bear in lane 1 actually.
Yes.
And just inside her, it could be Lucy Renshaw. We'll tell you as soon as we see them.
It is Lucy Renshaw.
Boys, can you move? Thank you.
So I think Lucy has taken the lead with Martha in the inside lane and Foyen slightly outside.
It looks like there's 2 groups of 3 here developing, but as we know, this last 150 metres will tell us a lot about the conditioning of the athletes and how much they've done this before. Looks like Martha Bear is looking really
hard.
strong in that inside
Absolutely.
lane. There's some grimaces across those faces.
Oh, fantastic effort from all 3 of them.
Martha's just going to take this, I suspect, with
I think
Foyen
yes,
in second.
With Foyen with a massive gate, and fantastic, yes, and Lucy in third with Jess in 4th. Fantastic opportunity, girls, to show how much they've been working. Din or Yoko, who's going to take it? Din. Din takes it with Yoko coming just after her. What a race. What an absolutely brilliant race from these 6 upper thirds. As this Noah Robson. Oh, lovely jump. Great jump from Noah. Tell you what, Noah has definitely had a growth spurt in the last few months.
It must be the quality of the food this year. That's all I can put it down to.
So he's nearly double my height. We're just moving on to the start of the boys 300 metres. I think this is the upper third boys 300 metres. We've got George Adams. We've got Luca. I think is that Philip Afshar.
And there's Reese Dillon in the outside lane.
Yep, right at the
George
top.
Adams in lane 5. Yeah, it's Philip Afshar in lane 4. Luca Christie.
And
lane
Max
2.
Marcus.
Max Marcus.
Is someone else behind?
In lane 1,
there's
just
someone hiding behind that.
A mystery
that
athlete. I think it could be Dexter Hoban, but we'll find out soon.
Yep.
Great to have a nice close-up there.
Philip Afshar, we've got George Adams and Reese Dillon.
And as we've seen in this race, over the last 300 metres, is that timing it is crucial. And if the athlete's going off too fast with that wind behind them on that first 100 metres, really suffer coming up into the wind on that finishing straight.
Is this Annabelle Amos? Oh, just knocking the pole over. Who else? We've got Belle Anderson there. We've got Phoebe Blandy. We've got Miri Ellicock. And I assume they are competing. Oh, easy. Hop, skip and a jump. Well done, Belle. Got some last few throws in the shot puts on the far side as well.
And the 300 metres is off. A slightly more cautious start from our athletes, so we'll come back to that in just a minute. It looks like Luca Christie's gone off pretty quickly and seems to be dominating this race at the moment in lane 3.
But can he maintain his speed? So
keen footballer, playing a lot of football in the last year or 2 in midfield, so he's pretty fit.
George Adams in second. Oh, he's another growth spurt. He's got a very long, wide gate from George Adams. Will he beat him on the outside?
George coming back into it. Luca just holding on at the moment. Both grimacing.
Oh.
George is catching. It's going to be a really tight finish. Is Luca just going to hold on?
Oh,
great finish. Oh, and
full
effort from George
2
there.
meters, and Reese Dillon cruising in bronze position.
And actually a great battle here between Dexter Hoban and Philip Afshar for 4th and 5th, with Philip taking that.
And Dexter
And here comes
1
Max
foot behind.
Marcus.
And Max, fantastic effort from Max. Well done all. Well done upper third boys. Absolutely fantastic.
The next track event is going to be the 75 metres for the lower third boys and girls, followed by the 100 metres for the upper third boys and girls.
Oh, there's some tired faces there, so.
George Adams, his look of relief on his face, not having to travel 40 minutes back to school and another 40 minutes back to Lewis tonight. He's getting picked up directly. Must be getting to the latter stages of the high jump now for the upper third girls.
I think that was just Astrid in the background there showing them how it's done. And Belle Anderson. Oh, easy.
She's making that look very easy.
She floats over.
A little fist pump there from Belle. And we're grateful we can see Beth there, who's from the medical centre at Brighton College, who's come to support this afternoon. Hopefully we won't need her too much, but we're very grateful for her time this afternoon.
Michael! Michael! Michael!
Is Sports Day your favourite day of the year, Miss Duffield?
Oh, I tell you what, normally it's the opportunity to be in the sunshine and then also to have maybe a little Mr. Whippy afterwards.
Absolutely,
But,
I'm waiting for that sound. And there's Evie Stubbs, nice
Oh.
technique, solid, and she's pleased.
Oh,
A little
she's
celebration dance there.
a little twirl afterwards. I think that means it's a good throw.
And we have just in the points after the 1500 metres in the first round of field events. For lower third M, they have 24 points, lower third L have 20 points, and lower third H have 16 points.
Oh, and that is just for the 1500 and the first round of those field events. If we're talking about the upper thirds now, Mr. Harvey's upper 3H set have 44 points. Mr. Back's upper 3B set have 30 points. And very narrowly, right behind the heels of upper 3B is upper 3L with 28 points.
So still all to play for at this early stage in the afternoon.
And just measuring some of those shots, we got Samuel in the background there with Din and Emily Pryor finishing off on the shot, and a fantastic throw there from Yoko in the javelin.
Someone said they wanted to do it.
Really good opportunity, if any of you are listening here today, to hopefully see your child on the screen, but more importantly, some of you that aren't not able to meet some of these children yet, it's a good opportunity for you to see who your children's been hanging out with in the last year or in school. So we are very sorry that we can't have any parents here today. However, I think it's quite nice, 21st century, sir, as we come and we have things, televised back and sent home live on YouTube.
Absolutely, we can only apologise for the quality of the commentary, but apart from that, things seem to be
Can only
going
apologise.
very nicely. And a couple of parents just communicating with me today, excited about the parents' race next year. So get in training if you're a lower third parent. There's Yoko with her second throw in the javelin. She's new to the javelin, she said this morning, but amazing opportunity to try something for the first time and maybe find a passion and develop it over the next 5 years or so at school.
Absolutely. Who we got? We got Lucy Renshaw, we got Maya Rossini, we've got Kitty, and we've got Yoko. So a lovely different array of people from lower and upper third there, showing off what they've got on the javelin front. So that's really nice to see. Oh, who was that? Great technique from Bruno Guest. Oh, lovely, jumping forward. I always feel sorry for those people that have a fantastic long jump and then step backwards. Oh.
Sounds like bitter experience, Miss Duffield.
Oh. I think I did that, actually. I think it was my... Well, how old was I? I was actually in year 7. Year 7 sports day. Oh, lovely. All the way in South Africa. And I think that is Yoko's third and final throw in the javelin.
There's Max Marcus on the run-up Oh, just overstepped the mark there.
Good to see Upper 3B being lots of people being involved in Upper 3B. All to play for this year with house points.
What does the winner of the House Cup get this year, Miss
We
Duffield?
can't do a breakfast, can we? I've actually tried to book it yesterday with regards to catering, but we obviously don't want to postpone any pupils going home for the summer holidays. Oh, great jump there from
Looks like Freddie.
Billy Williams.
Oh, Billy Williams, sorry.
Yeah, so we have some lovely edible prizes, and those prizes will be handed out after the presentation assembly. An array of healthy as well as sugary treats.
And looks like the first lower third 75-meter race is just about to start.
Oh, see, this is my type of racer. Sprints, short and sweet.
Miss Duffield, there is a lane empty if you're interested.
Not sure my my work outfit will look very good. Oh, double
And a false
double
start there
shot.
from Daria Jacobi, doing her third track event out of 3 so far.
Yeah, fantastic. We've got, this is the lower third, so we've got Arabella, we've got Evie, we've got Catherine, we've got Orla, we've got Joni, and we've got Daria.
Lovely little view of the cliff tops, amazing scenery here. And they're off. And it looks like Evie Stubbs has
Evie
gone into a
Stubbs
lead
is
with
in
Arabella
first
hot
place.
on her heels.
Oh, we've got Catherine Kedgley hung on for second, Daria, Arabella, Orla. Oh, that is a tight finish, that.
A dominant performance from Evie Stubbs, though. Really impressive sprinting from her. So
really good there.
well done to Evie.
And as the girls finish their race and get in there, oh, who's Evie? We've got Anne Catherine. Oh, I think Daria might have pipped Arabella at the post for third place. Oh, that
Feel
was
free
close.
to email in who you thought won that race, parents. Get involved. Very tight finish there. My money's on Arabella. Miss Duffield and I have just had our first disagreement of the day. But great race there.
And the boys are lining up now, so getting into their lane. So I think that is that
Tom Rumble in lane 1 with Benji
Benji
Schmidt-Wheelie in lane 2, Tommy Williams in lane 3, Mo Zhu in lane 4, Ollie Sawyers in lane 5, and in lane 6, if someone moves out of the way, it's Charlie Glover.
Go on, Charlie. All these pupils that are stood alongside the track are supporting their friends really well. However, not really helping our cause, so we're all for the support, just can't see the pupils at the start. And Noah Robson just about to start his next jump in the long jump, and he's off. Oh, fantastic jump
I think
from Noah.
maybe those big size 13s maybe just went over the board there, but we'll see. Oh, they are measuring it.
Oh, they are. Miss Heyman is measuring it with Mr. Back. He's tentatively stood there waiting. Does he look pleased, sir?
Didn't give much away with his body language there. And here's the 75 metres, boys. It's underway.
And
Fast start from Benji Schmidt-Wheelie.
Oh,
Tom Rumble's just pipping him past on the inside lane there.
Benji,
Great
Ollie in
technique from
third,
Tom.
Charlie, Tommy and Mo. Excellent finish.
Great race from Tom Rumble. He looked very composed there. Lovely form in that inside lane.
Absolutely brilliant. It's nice to see the boys quite a tight race there. Oh, and
Yeah, Oliver just beating Charlie
Ooh,
for
Ollie.
third, with Tommy in 5th and Mo in 6th place there.
I think Tom Rumble won that by a metre and a half. Really good effort, boys. Well done. Ewan in the background there, just waiting to congratulate his peers.
Here comes Max Marcus up for long jump.
Oh, very good. And they're measuring it. And Ollie Pearson just at the pit there watching his classmates perform. Excellent stuff. Cheering him on. Next events coming up are the girls and boys 100-meter sprint. Oh, Astrid. Astrid just cruised over that high jump pole there. We've got Elena in shot now as well, with Phoebe and Miri. And then towards the right-hand side, we've got Evie Elbu and Yuen. Oh, Elena got over.
She gave it a wobble.
The little wobble of that pole, but nope, it did not come off.
We're very grateful to CheersMate Productions, who have very kindly supported both the main school sports day and the lower school sports day this year. We hope you're enjoying the footage. And the 100-meter upper third girls are off. It looks like Foyen is just in the lead there, with Holly Rourke coming up pretty quickly. Can Foyen just hold on? Eleanor Percival in third. Great race between Martha and Emily.
Oh, lovely.
With
And
Lila
Lila
Drummond just coming in sixth.
Fantastic. I think Lila Drummond is talking over the line. She's celebrating. It's great. Great to see the girls supporting each other. And Lila's got lots of energy still. Oh, I tell you what, if it was a 101-meter race, I think Holly might have taken Foyen there.
Well judged by Foyen there. Really determined finish from Holly, which was great to see too.
I think Emily Pryor has done an exceptional job here. Not feeling 100%, so actually to see her competing in so many events like the high jump and running races, I think really wants to not let her friends down, and earning some really well-deserved points for her House Cup competition.
And great jump from Miri Ellicott there, off about 5 steps, looking very comfortable in the high jump. Need to get that bar up higher.
And in the far distance, we've got, you just missed the jump from Astrid. Astrid just did still a bit of scissor step. Is that still what you call it?
I believe so.
Frosby flop, is that?
Fosbury flop, that's close enough. And we're just waiting for the American roll. Here comes Elena off another very short run up.
Oh.
Lots of these girls actually learning on the job today, and same with some of the boys. So it's great that Mr. Chambry's been able to help out with Izzy. Oh, and Ella just landed on that one. Might need a pack of ice tonight, but I'm sure she'll be fine.
I wonder if Elena and her older sister Dana managed to do some practice before the senior school and the lower school sports day at home. So we have the boys lining up for the 100 meters. So Mr. Hayes has them on the track in the starting line, and we'll get the camera switched to the start of the 100 meters now. Great start from these upper third boys.
And it looks like Theo Lawson,
Theo Lawson
is powered away in this race, with Angus Yule coming in second, Michael Mundy in third, Willem in fourth, Jerry smiling his way into fifth, and Billy Williams in sixth.
Tell you what, I've never seen someone smiling over the line like Jerry just did.
Really impressive performance from Theo Lawson there, one of the newest signings for the lower school. Looks strong right into the end. There's Angus just coming through in second.
I think really lovely to see as well. I think Willem nearly had him on the line there. So you can see their friends just gathering by the finish line. We've got Monty, Dexter, Tady and Eli waiting to congratulate their teammates.
So over to the Discus, which is about to get underway.
And
the next track events will be the 800 metres for all of the lower third and upper third boys and girls, starting about 3:20.
We have in the camera we have on the right hand side the member of staff with the maroon top on. That is Mr. Conlon. He'll be taking over the lower school games program next year, and that is Mr. Conlon.
Does look like he's thrown a discus a few times before.
I think so. I think hopefully we'll show them how it's done. Have to move the children away from the track. And we're just finishing up on the discus for the girls. Sorry, not the discus, the javelin for the girls. Oh, was that? I think Phoebe. Oh, I'm trying. It's hard to see who just jumped over that high jump pole.
It's a bar, Miss Duffield. It's a bar.
Sorry, very sorry.
That's all right.
So we finished up with the girls' javelin, and we're moving on to the boys now. So it'll be nice to see some of those results come in.
And there's Felix Ongley in the long jump.
Just doing some practice jumps as they warm up for the lower third boys' long jump.
Could be some sand in that hair tonight. Maybe time for a haircut. We could say that to a few of our pupils and staff.
And is that Ed Bleakley doing a bit of practice on the long jump with Ollie Sawyers there on the bottom right-hand side. Is that Tommy Williams?
Oh, lovely technique from
great
Tommy Williams. He's got springs in those legs. Look forward to see him.
Flew through the air there
in round one.
So some of our sixth form on the left-hand side of Mr. Conlon there, just trying to organise. So Ben Bishop and Katayan, thank you very much for their contribution to the lower school sports programme this afternoon. Got Lana and Shrestha and Izzy and Arwen and Alison there, eager to get underway in the discus. And then we've got Ewan and Charlie, who are also doing a bit of a warm-up for the discus.
And there is Daria Jacobi lining up for her fourth event of today.
40th or fourth?
Fourth so far.
Okay. And Orla is there limbering up as well.
There's Alex Pert with a big smile on his face, one of the mighty Ryle Athletics team who won the Junior Athletics Cup 5 years ago.
Lovely, just warming up on the old steeplechase.
And here is Felix in round one.
Oh, lovely.
A little bit cautious on the board there, but great to have one banked. And he can push on, I'm sure, from there in the next round.
Surprised he can jump with all that baking he's been doing over the last few months. I think Felix and his mum have been very, very busy in the kitchen. Yeah, really lovely to see the photographs. And have you tasted any of that, sir?
I was hoping to see a bit more upstairs, but it hasn't come up. I don't know where it's gone, Miss Duffield.
When I spoke to him about his 8-layer pie, he said on the third day, having it 3 times a day, he was a bit over it. But he said it was delicious on day 1 and 2.
It's great. Felix, one of our star bakers this year. There's Tom Rumble.
Great jump
using
there.
that pace that we saw in the 75 metres to good effect downwind in the long jump. Looks happy with that.
And on the track, we are just about to start the boys and the girls in the lower third, the 800-metre event. So we're going to combine the boys and the girls, and we're going to have the 800 metres.
And just as we come to the start of the 800 metres, in lane 1 we have Alec Vaughan, lane 2 George Westerway, lane 3 Freddie Mancuso Marcello, lane 4 Oscar Topfort, lane 5 Evie Albu, lane 6 Joni Paisley, and in the outside lane it's not Daria Jacobi.
Maya
Ryder Valdez. George doubling up with the 8 and 15, always a treat for any long distance runner. Taking it nice and steadily.
What's your top tip for 800 metre? When do you cut into the middle lane?
I would say pace yourself again. You cut in immediately, but negative splits. Trying to run that second lap quicker than the first lap. And perhaps that's what George is doing. He's almost Mo Farah-esque and just going to the front, not letting anyone else get past. As we cut to the long jump there, nice spring in his step from Ollie Sawyers, and we'll shortly see the athletes come around the bend. So it's quite a tactical race, this 800 metres. No doubt lots of them have 1,500 metres already in their legs. But they're bunching at the front there, 4 or 5. Maya Ryder Valdez up with the top group. She
making
looks like
a little
great
bit
athlete.
making a lot more strides in the outside lane.
And Oscar has come past George now.
Lovely to see.
And looks in good shape.
Cameraman getting some close-ups there. Fantastic to see.
Oscar just having a little glance back, but he looks quite strong. Alec Vaughan just coming to the front. George is paying the price for that excellent race earlier. And Maya Ryder Valdez is running beautifully.
and finally cuts into the inside lane, cutting off some extra yards, and Freddie closely behind. We've got these two, Evie and Joni, who's just about to finish their first lap. And definitely sticking together, Evie and Joni. But as we move on the far side, so what's going on?
Alec Vaughan is ominously on Oscar Topford's shoulder. He's gone past now, and Alec needs to commit to this now. But he's running really quickly this second lap, and here comes George Westaway, who won't give up. You might just come into shot in a minute, but it's a good race between Alex and Oscar. Alex looks strong at this stage.
I think
Certainly saved his best for the last 200 metres, I think.
absolutely. And is he just about to start those 200 metres, or is it? I think he's actually pulling away. I think Oscar's very determined. I'm sure he will. Oh, I think he's gaining on him slightly.
Oscar is not giving up here. Alec he's just looked a little bit heavier leg now with that running in his legs from earlier. Oscar's still fresh.
All three boys. There's one of their friends running alongside.
And Alex now into the last 100 metres, and you can see the finish line, and that's enough for him to kick into gear and run away, winning by about 30 metres at the moment. Very
Is
strong
George
finish.
going to take second place from Oscar?
Great run there from Alec Vaughan, who times it perfectly.
Oscar holding on.
Great performance from Oscar Topfer, and a really good effort from George with that 1,500 metres still in his legs from earlier.
Freddie just overtaking Maya here.
Oh, she's not going to be beaten that easily, and sees him off.
Lovely.
Really graceful running style. Lovely to see from Maya, and a great effort from Freddie. And here come Evie and Joni. Just about 150 metres still to go.
Keeping each other company, having a little chat along the way. I think they're doing exceptionally well.
I wonder if it will get competitive in the last 50
Oh,
metres or
you
so.
think it will?
I think it might just be going through their minds at the moment.
What would you do, sir?
I
if
would
you
have
were
a little
running?
chat, then tear off with
And
about
then
50 metres. Well, let's just see what happens here.
Leave them in your dust.
There's a little bit of competitiveness in both of these girls. It'll be really interesting to see what happens.
Would your friend forgive you? Would she not? I don't know. Would you do it? Would you come tie?
Oh, Joni's gone.
Oh,
Oh, there's no,
And
no friendship
Joni's
lost
off.
there. No love lost, sorry, in that friendship. And
And-
Evie going to the line.
Yes, brilliant.
There's Tom Rumble looking live, looking quick on that board.
Got his compression socks on. Some much needed water there from the athletes from the track event.
And the first time we've seen a lot of these boys and girls run or jump or throw, so it's fantastic to see all these hidden talents unearthed today. You know, Mr. Hayes is here with his scouting hat on,
Oh, absolutely.
and here come the boys and girls from upper third for their 800 metres. And in this race we have Oscar Aziz, Angus Yule, Isabella Orman, Noah Robson, Berta Taylor, Finn Goring, Lucy Renshaw, George Dacius, Holly Rourke, and Jess Poole.
This is going to be competitive.
Bertie's already done the 1,500 metres. I think Angus has as well. Oh no, Angus did the 100
Sprint.
metres. But Noah and Finn,
Finn
all ran that
did
race.
the 1,500.
And Isabella Orman, what she got left in the tank. So we're on the starters' orders.
Oh, and they're off.
Oscar Aziz shooting
Oh,
straight
Holly.
to the front there.
Holly's staying nice and wide, cutting in, last moment.
That is a strong start from Oscar.
Oh, he's looking strong there, out in the front.
And Holly Rourke going really well in third place too.
Got a really nice running technique, Oscar.
He does make it look very easy. Imagine it helps being a foot taller than everyone else as well. But he does look very comfortable going down that back straight. With Finn Goring in second, Bertie Taylor in third, and Holly Rourke looking really good in fourth, with Noah Robson just on her shoulders and Angus Yule just behind. Oscar is making it look very easy at the moment. Just having a little glance over his shoulder there. Always gives a bit of hope to the people trailing behind, but he does look strong. What's he got in the tank?
It's quite bunched behind. Finn Goring is got quite close to Bertie, who Noah has definitely pulled it up slightly. And although we've got cool, calm and collected Oscar in the lead. About 20 metres behind, we've got three boys, Finn, Bertie and Noah, all competing for second.
And Oscar looking really strong there as we come into the last lap. Really good all-round athlete. And one of our star footballers. And then a really good race for second place coming up. But Oscar now has a 60-metre gap, and I doubt that will be eaten into as we come to the last 300 metres.
Absolutely effortless. Look at him. It's great. Absolutely brilliant. I think it's lovely to see, and obviously, you know, you hear these fantastic sporting achievements, but to see it live in action is definitely wonderful to see. Not much change. I think we've got George Dacius has come. He was in 6th position, and he's crept into 4th position now. He's hot on the heels of Bertie Taylor, slightly behind the TV shot at the moment. And
here comes Oscar Aziz just into the last 100 metres. Wonder if he'll get a little bit of a cheer just to help him through as the lactic acid really kicks in. Yeah, he's giving it his best to kick away. Be surprised if this is not quite close to the school record. I think currently held by Matthew Noakes, but a great finish and a strong performance from Oscar, who's given absolutely everything.
Oh, excellent. And cruises through that.
A good race for second here with Finn Goring just trying to hold off Noah Robson. It's going to be very tight on the line. Finn Goring has timed it really well. Noah, well-deserved 3rd place. George Dacius in 4th. Angus Yule busting up in 5th place. Bertie Taylor in 6th. Angus has got a cricket county final match today for his club with Will, so I hope he's still got some gas in the tank there. And Isabella Ormond just coming in.
With Holly Rorks just off that. And we've got Josh Law, who's just running alongside the track with Lucy Renshaw and Jess Poole. Absolutely fantastic, ladies. Well done. So them just having a little rest after their race. Really good. In the far distance there, we've got the Discus, which we haven't seen much of, which would be quite nice to get some of the pupils there in the shot. And
the next event on the track will be the 150 metres for lower third athletes and the 200 for the upper third athletes.
So hopefully some of these athletes that are going to have a quick rest, quick drink of water, and then competing in another field event potentially in the long jump or the discus. I think the boys' high jump is underway as well. So I've seen some of them just warming up for their high jump.
And that's Ollie Sawyers in the long jump there, looking confident as he sprinted down with the wind behind his back. We'll bring you results as soon as we have any, how the tutor groups are getting on.
So Lana Emmett just warming up there. Oh, great. Fantastic throw there from Lana in the discus. Oh, is that...
There's Caleb Lawrence. He might even add 5 centimetres if he can find his shorts, but maybe he's saving them for the 3rd and final round.
Aerodynamic.
And here is Lila Drummond with the discus.
Oh, lovely. Great throw from Lila.
And there's Monty William Toxford limber up for the high jump.
You got Luca just on the right-hand side of the picture.
Monty's cheering Luca on, in fact.
Oh. Great effort, Luca. Got lots of support there from the upper third boys, all around cheering them on in each event. It's really lovely to see the support from their peers, whether on the track or in the field. There's Monty just showing them how it's done a bit.
And that's looks like Isabella King, I think, in the discus. Not quite getting that turnover and spin required, but a lot of power there. So I'm sure we'll see more distance from Isabella in a minute.
This is Alison Key. Oh, great height there from Alison Key.
Lovely flight on that. Keen scientist, Alison. She will have worked this out. A lovely mix of technique and raw power required to succeed.
Another
in the
one
discus.
for aerodynamics.
Something close to Alison's heart.
And the 150 meters are off. And the girls' lower third, we've got Astrid, Kitty, Maya Rossini, and Orla. Fantastic to see all four of them competing now.
Astrid looking pretty strong. She's just tying up a bit, or she got enough to hold off these other girls? No, she's got enough. Very determined there.
Keep going all the way through the finish line.
Well done to Astrid in first, with Orla in second, and a very tight finish for Kitty and Maya Rossini.
Did Kitty just get it?
We might get a slow motion replay, but there's Astrid, very keen swimmer, keen athlete. Great to see her
Let's see
sprinting.
this. Astrid cruising through, followed by Orla. Then,
Too close to call.
hey.
Again, parents, you decide. Email in. If you're in Kitty's family, get your friends and family to email in. You decide, and let us know who you think won that one.
Starting the lower third boys race of the 150 meter boys. Who's this? Is this Ollie Sawyers? I think we've just seen him jump. He's jumping, he's throwing, he's running. I think Ollie's on fire. So the lower third boys just lining up on the starting lines for the 150 meter race. We've got Theo, Rayan, I think Thomas Brilliant there, supporting, hydrating himself and supporting his peers.
And Fred.
And then in the far distance, we've got Ed Bleakley, we've got Fred, we've got Seb Nicholson, and one other. Is that Dylan Quinn? Dylan Quinn, almost unrecognisable with his sharp haircut.
It is indeed.
I think maybe, do you think he got it specially cut for Sports Day?
I think Dylan's going to win this race now.
Let's go.
Let's see.
Let's see what these lower third boys have. All 5 of them in the race. Who's on that inside track?
Not much between the athletes as they come round the first bend, but as they come into the straight, we'll see what difference.
Oh,
it
really
makes, but
good to see. Oh,
very well
Felix
spread
only
across.
looking away. Oh, Ed Bleakley taking the lead. Dylan in second. Is Felix going to pop him at the post? And easily won by Ed Bleakley, followed by a really tight finish between Felix and Dylan. Well done, all boys involved in this race. Hopefully we'll get to see just who dipped quickest across that finish line. So Ed cruising through.
Looks like Felix just held on there for second place.
I think quite a good technique there from Dylan, having a nice little leap across the line. So just short of Felix Ongley. Fred Holmes in the picture there, just catching his breath. Lots of support there from Evie Elbu towards Ed Bleakley. Just trying to sort out those positions as so what these sports PGATs have done is they record the finish of every single race, so they can make sure which children are in what place as the final positions. Fantastic work by Miss Pugh in the camera there as well. Lots of squats in doing the measurements. I remember doing a few of the measurements in previous years. A bit stiff the next day, actually.
I thought you were going to tell us all about your squatting, Miss Duffield.
No. No. Starting up the shot put on the far side as well. I think that is the gods. Or no, it's the two. Sorry, correction. Is the 200 meter race. Ellie Chollerton in the bottom of our screen with Yoko over there, cheering on their tutees with Oren and Finn. So Finn Strachan with Oren O'Donnell, and then we got Leo Bentham walking towards the line over there with I think Eli is telling them how to do it.
That was Ollie Sawyers just launching the javelin there, quite impressively. Ideal conditions today for the javelin, just slightly into a headwind. Although I don't think people at the other end of the track are in danger at this moment.
Only just. So we've got still got some high jump underway. So we've got Finn Goring and we've got Angus Yule that are still competing in the high jump. If only the high jump was the other way around, so the cover was on the far side. It would help us out quite a lot.
We'll have a word for next year. Here comes Angus Yule.
Oh,
Ooh.
just teasing us. He's another one that's shot up. I think he could do the, just step over it.
Here we go. After that little false start, last one.
Oh,
And just catches the top of it.
right. 200 meters, we've got Lana, we've got Eleanor, we've got Yoko, Izzy, Arwin, and Martha.
Martha Bear out quite quickly in the inside lane, as well as Eleanor Percival in lane 5.
I mean, Martha's quite short, but she's got a really long stride.
She does look like Alison Felix. She's a beautiful running style. Eleanor Percival holding on to the lead as they come out of the bend.
Eleanor
As
Percival looking
Martha
very
giving
strong.
it everything up the last 50 metres, but Eleanor looks too strong. Great performance
Absolutely
from Eleanor.
fantastic.
Martha in second, Lana in third, Joy in fourth, with Arwen Williams in fifth, and Izzy King in sixth.
I think all that that training in the Bear household, do you think it's paying off? I think Edie in the senior and Martha in the lower school sports day. I'm sure Emily Roche has been cracking the whip at home.
Yeah, we wish Mr. Bear, their dad, a swift recovery, as I know he's on crutches at the moment. Keen runner as well. But great to see Martha running well, but Eleanor Percival looked very strong.
Absolutely brilliant.
In first place there.
I think she won by quite a significant distance as well.
There'll be some interesting relay races today. Some really quick girls.
There was a good throw there by Philip Afshar in the discus, and Willem is taking up his position inside the net.
Left-hander.
Oh. Not much of the old squatting. We'll go back to squatting, sir. Not much of the old squatting.
You've got to use those legs, but I'm sure you'll learn very quickly.
So upper third boys in the 200-meter race has just started, and wow,
A very,
Oscar
very
Aziz.
impressive first 80 metres from Oscar Aziz, who's just zipped through in lane 1. It's going to be a race for second between Eli Wolfe-Norton and Luca Christie, but a fantastic run from Oscar. That must be close to a record, I suspect. Luca in second, Eli Wolfe-Norton in third, Finn Strachan coming home strongly in fourth, with Leo Bentham in fifth and Oren O'Donnell in sixth.
That was absolute. I mean, Oscar Aziz, he just flew around that track. Really, really good. And so, not much time between his last event and this one. Shows us he doesn't only do well in the longer distances, but definitely on the shorter distances as well.
Yeah, great all-round athlete, and 3 boys from St Andrews in that race. Good to see.
And lovely to see Eli back competing in sports again. Definitely think, he's missed his sport, the competitive sport especially, and really lovely to see Eli competing today. Got Jed Baldwin just going to collect that discus over there. So lovely to see, hopefully him not getting, yep, there we go. Just in the safety behind the line there now. And Monty's in the ring. Let's see what Monty has to give. Monty looking quite chilled out, but I tell you what, I've been on a skiing holiday with him, and he is fierce.
He saw the cameraman a dummy there.
Oh, look at that!
He's launched that.
Do you think he's seen the cameras on him and thought, okay, gonna make mum and dad proud?
He sold the cameraman a great dummy and then absolutely launched it. Yeah, he's pleased with that little celebration.
Little fist pump
with Ollie Pearson. Forgot the discus though.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Monty's competitive side coming out on the sporting front. He might pretend like it doesn't mean a lot, but I tell you what, when he comes second, he is not a happy boy.
Did he beat you down the slope, miss?
I tell you what, he is quick. He is very, very quick. Oh, lovely jump there from Sienna Coleman. Fantastic effort there. Earning some lovely points for upper 3H. And Philip Afshar just warming up. Oh, just that nice little throw there from Philip Afshar. Exiting the circle around the back.
So the next track events will be the 4x100s relays for all of the boys and girls. There's Holly Root just taking to the sand there. Great to see Holly and so many other boys and girls taking part in 3 or 4 events. And the relays will get everyone involved. The relays will start once the other field events have finished.
Got some pep talks going on over there. So we've got Yoko and Annabelle just peering at what's at the long jumpers. Do you think they might be tinkering with the run-up markers, trying to trying to sabotage the other tutor groups?
Meanwhile, George Adams ready to launch a discus.
Hola, hola,
Lovely
hello.
language style from George there. Another boy who has grown, another pupil, sorry, who's grown a lot this year. Looking good. George has gone for the socks up approach as well, which I was a big fan of myself at school.
That's just doing the mark. Is that no jump as Yoko went over the board with her toes, but nice to see them getting involved. Jed Baldwin just finished off his discus throw there. And we have some results. So results of after the 300 meter, we've had for the lower thirds, we've got lower 3M and lower 3L, both on 36 points, and lower 3H for Hayes are on 30 points.
So very close there and all to play for in the relays. Upper third H are in the lead with 52 points. Upper third B on 42. And upper third L on 38. Again, all to play for with double points in the relays today.
So there's a tie in first for lower third and just 4 points in it for all of those upper third sets. I did a bit of discus at school. I might not, have broken any records, but definitely went through to county level. But yeah, I think javelin was more my thing. So Mr. Hayes just on the track trying to sort out some of the pupils into the correct races using his booming voice. No loud hailer needed. And Sienna Coleman just running up for one of her final jumps.
Well, that looks longer there. She looks a bit more confident. We'll go back to that in a minute. There's Ollie Pearson.
Oh, lofty.
Great height on it, very distinctive style Ollie Pearson has there.
Very good. So this might be Yoko Lamb's final jump as Mr. Back just rakes the pit and Miss Heyman catches a drink. Yoko Lamb for a final jump. Oh, Yoko with a no jump.
So you see all the pupils gathering now for the relays. I think the best bit of the day.
always the most exciting. Do the relays still count as double points?
They do, double points. And then participation will be factored into the performance of each student group over the whole afternoon, and we'll announce our winners at 4 o'clock-ish today.
So just doing some measuring there in the discus, and Monty looks like he's keen for another throw. We've got George Adams and Ollie Pearson and Jed Baldwin in the picture there, with Ed Bleakley coming along to have a little watch.
And here comes Jed striding in, spinning the discus confidently between his hands. From what I've seen, Monty looks like the man to beat, but all to play for.
Little hop, skip and a jump for Jed, the spinning technique. I must be completely honest. That is, I did that at school. Sometimes a bit dizzy afterwards, but yeah, it worked out every now and again. When it did, it looked good, and when it didn't, not so good. We've got some of our athletics specialists here. We've got Paul and Dave. So Dave is one of our key high and long jumpers. Hopefully making him proud today.
Here comes Monty, I think, with his final throw. He looks really determined. He's given it a great
Wow.
chuck there. That might be his longest throw yet.
Tell you what, the people on the other side of the stadium better watch out. Monty's hopefully might have one more throw. We'll see. Oh!
Seems to be a bit of a disagreement there. Monty's not sure about that. The long distance the camera had to track back to go back to Monty there. He's really given it everything. I think Mr. Collins explaining, sadly, that might have been a no-throw.
I mean,
this could well go to the CAS, which is the main arbitration agency for sport. Watch this space. But great throw from Monty there. Lovely to see him unleash that power. It's fantastic.
So I was saying earlier that Upper 3H in their tutor time last week were having trials for long jump. And unfortunately, it was during a time where a parent was coming around for a tour. And they were actually impressed with Upper 3H's long jump trials. I think Bertie Taylor won it by quite some distance. Billy Williams actually was very convincing. So hopefully all that training from last week has paid off for Mr. Harvey's class.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I know he's teaching anxiously back at school, waiting to hear the result. But it's just great to have a proper sports day, as much as throwing socks into bins last year and jumping around in your own bedrooms and living rooms.
Yeah.
Kept us all entertained and occupied. It's lovely for them to be outside on the track here, with the sun just threatening to come out from behind the clouds.
So we need to make sure that all field events are completed before we start the relays, because there are no doubt people that are competing in those events that are needed for the relays. So we're just going to wait for the discus. Now the high jump is finished, the long jump is finished, the shot put is finished, and the javelin. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the discus, and then we'll gather all the peoples, get them their teams, and then the relays will be underway. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 4x100 meter relay. So 4 peoples completing one loop around the track with the handover points where they hand the baton on to the next person in their class.
What's the secret to this event, Miss Duffield? You're a sprinter.
I would say...
You've also got an ant in your hair, Miss Duffield. Do you want to get it out for you? Sorry, it's on your face now. Sorry about that. Oh, it's in your ear. Sorry.
I think he's just having me on.
No, I'm not. Yeah, what's the secret to a good... to a successful relay team?
Changeover. I would always say make sure you keep running. Don't start too soon. Don't stop.
Just timing.
Timing. Handover for timing. Yeah, I think never ever underestimate practicing. And I think sometimes they don't face the right direction. So popping out of your lane and then being taken out by another competitor.
Do you run clockwise in the Southern Hemisphere, Miss Duffield? I certainly
Exactly the
noticed that's what
same.
happens in the bath, but I was just wondering if that's what you meant. I imagine another key factor today is making sure you're not running against Oscar Aziz in the same stretch of track as he's running in. He looked pretty dominant over these distances.
So we've got some of the athletes being sent to their positions. So the lower third boys and girls look like they're going to be running in the same event. We've sent them off to their different directions, and we're going to start getting them in the correct lanes. So Maya just in shot there. Ryder Valdez just warming up after her fantastic previous races.
She looks seriously quick here, and just inside her is Tom Rumble, who was very fast to the boys. It could be really interesting to see how it develops in the inside lanes here. And we've got Catherine Green, pretty quick in lane 3, Tommy Williams in lane 4, Maya Rossoni in lane 5, and George Westaway in lane 6.
I think always mentally inside lane starting right at the back. It's quite hard, isn't it? But then after those two bends, that's when you can see the finish line. That's when the glory, running all the way home, and never stop running before you cross that finish line.
But Maya's got some people in her sights to chase down here. So we'll see how much of a lead she can get her team, if anything, on that first bend.
And then after this, it will be the boys relay. So that will be the upper third and the upper third boys and girls relay. So we'll have the boys and the girls in the same event. So as it's 100 meters, they need to make sure that they are staying in the same lane, so they're not giving any advantage to anyone else. They're just blowing the whistle to make sure the starting positions and the people are ready.
So Ryder Valdez in lane 1, Rumble in lane 2, Green in lane 3, Williams lane 4, Rossoni in lane 5, Westaway in lane 6, the 4x100 meters lower third.
And Mr. Hayes with his orange gun.
And they're off. Westaway out fast in the outside lane, and Rumble also out fast in the inside lane, going past Catherine Green and Tommy Williams on the outside.
Strong. Changeover.
Key
Second leg.
factor.
Peterson, Kit, Ewan. Oh, we got some fantastic athletes.
And there's
over
Arabella Hazelwood taking off down that back straight. Looks
Kitty.
really, really strong.
Kitty and Elena also there. Second changeover
And
into
Oscar
the third leg.
Topfer's got it there with a little bit of a lead.
Oh, Benji in second, Danya in third, Freddie in fourth. Oh, some really good athletic performance going on
But
here.
a safe handover there from Oscar into that last straight to Benji Schmidt-Wheely, who looks really strong, and no one's going to catch Benji down this final straight. We've got a good race going on here between Astrid and Alec. Alec just nudging into the lead, but as Benji crosses the finish line. Great performance.
Caleb.
Alec Vaughan coming in second, Astrid third, Caleb in fourth, Miri Ellicock's team in fifth, and Daria Jacobi once more.
It's been a while since we've seen her.
A fantastic all-round performance from Daria today in so many fronts.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done, lower third. And that is always the most exciting group effort for all of those lower thirds. Now they can all rest and relax and just enjoy the final race, which is the 4x100 meter relay for the boys and the girls in the upper third. Looked like some good changeovers there. The relay is not something that they're quite familiar with, so actually quite a tricky event, but they look like they pulled it off really, really well.
So everything to play for this upper third relay.
So we've got some staff there just organising some of those points at the end.
and there's been a bar of chocolate on this desk all afternoon, which I haven't opened yet, and I've been trying to stop myself.
Go on.
Saving it, Mr.
Go
Phil.
on.
I just wonder if we should crack it open just for this last race. It's a Tony Chocolonely sea salt milk caramel orange bar. Thoroughly recommend it.
I think if we don't eat it, I think the children will. So we have, as the upper thirds line up, the starting lines. In lane 1, we've got Emily Pryor. In lane 2, we've got Angus Yule. In lane 3, we've got Annabelle, as the camera just follows us here. We got lane 4, Willem van der Waaf. And lane 5, we've got Jessica Poole. And lane 6, we've got Joshua Law. Looks like a strong bunch of peoples here in the final race of the third form Sports Day 2021. Willem looks like he's telling them what to do. Annabelle looking cool, calm and collected. Angus just not sure what he's saying, but he's definitely disagreeing with whatever Willem's saying. And Emily looking strong in the inside lane. We're just checking if the rest of the stations are all ready before we start. Everything looks in order. We've got the photographers on the inside track over there, looking at some superb sporting performances today. Hopefully captured some good ones. We then have some of the other pupils moving away from the lower third who are keen to support their upper third friends and buddies. And just checking the final changeover now. Yep, they're all ready in the final changeover box. It won't be long now. And they are off and away. The final race of the third form sports day today. We've got Josh Law looking like he's giving it his all. Willem has just slightly taken over Jess Poole in the 5th lane over there.
A good change over to Eli Wolf-Norton from Josh Law. Finn Goring, also good change over. And
Will Hutchinson in the inside lane there.
He's flying up the inside lane.
And we've got Lucy Renshaw and Lila Drummond towards the back. They're just about to change over. Fantastic changeover, and they're leading into the second to last leg of the final race.
And we have potentially Oscar Aziz versus Theo Lawson on this last 100 metres, which could be very interesting if they get the baton at the same time.
Ooh,
Oscar Aziz has dropped
it.
the baton to Noah Robson. Has got an unassailable lead, I think, although Theo Lawson is giving it absolutely everything to try and get back to him, with Oscar having to pick up the baton and coming back.
And Eleanor Percival coming in looking strong, a meter of 12, 13 metres. Martha never giving up until she crossed that line. And Foyen Sonoiki absolutely cruising over that finish line for upper 3L.
So that was the last event there, and as Mr. Duffield said earlier, the crucial thing is getting that baton round. So shame for Oscar Aziz and upper third
Upper
H.
third B.
B, sorry, miss. But well done to all the other teams who managed to get that baton round. That is the final event of this afternoon. So thank you for watching it with us today. We will have some prize giving in about 5 minutes or so.
I think seeing all these people support one another as they cross the finish line is so lovely to see. I mean, we've got Billy and Samuel there offering some Theo Lawson some crisps. I'm not sure that's the first thing that I'd have after I've done a 100-meter sprint, but very generous nevertheless. So the game staff are just tallying up those final points now, and as the pupils go back and grab some water and obviously gather all their things.
So thanks very much for your support this afternoon. We hope you've really enjoyed it. I know a number of you are picking up your kids direct, and we'll deliver them to you in the car park shortly after 4:15.
Yeah, I think what we've seen here is lots of people cheering each other on. We've seen people arm in arm linking, even though social distancing is not being maintained. I think the support is what matters.
They are in the same bubble, Miss Duffield, thankfully. But it has been a great afternoon. Lovely to see some athletes really giving their best, and lots of pupils who have never done an event before just getting involved, and all adding valuably to the points total of their tutor group. So we await with bated breath to see who the winners are this afternoon, and we'll bring that shortly to you in 5 minutes or so. Just an opportunity now to say thanks again to Mr. Esden for all his work in overseeing the lower school games for these last 2 years, and good luck to Mr. Conlon. He's going to be taking over running lower school games next year. Thanks to all the games staff who have helped us out this afternoon, and Beth, who thankfully doesn't seem to have been called upon from the medical centre, and CheersMate for bringing you all of this action live. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Please look around you to pick up your empty water bottle, your piss packet, your paper bag, and tidy up, please.
Sir? Sir?
Guys, I've got 5 bricks. 5 packages of bricks. You gave me one. You gave me one. What evidence do you have on the order in the floor? Benji!
That's a live feed. Should we probably do both? I feel a bit like George Bush. Do we need both so that parents can hear?
Yeah, that's probably the easiest. So basically what we've got, Victrix was won unsurprisingly by those two, and then the victors were shared.
So Victrix was won by
Astrid and Isabella.
Yeah.
And then the victors were shared by Benji, George, and Noah and Luca.
Okay. Victrix Ledurum.
Victrix.
Victor and Victrix is the woman.
Yeah, Victrix the woman and Victor.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's, it's pretty binary then, isn't it? So who knows how long we'll get away with that.
I know.
And then those are the rest of the competitions, but those are the final, those tables there are the final overall
so
points.
I'll just do those. Is that all right?
That's fine.
So in third place, 115. Second place, March. First place. Third place. Second place. Individuals then, House?
Sure.
So is that right?
Yeah,
or what do you think?
Whatever you want.
So that's the lower, obviously lower third and upper third winners.
Okay, and that's for the tutor groups,
Yeah, for the tutor group, so just
we'll
one
ask them
for
just
the
to
lower
sit
third
down
and one
behind
for
us.
the upper third.
Okay, lower third.
And then obviously
it's
there,
not be very many.
lower third, so Victrix and Victor, and then upper
Yeah.
third, Victrix.
We
They're
haven't.
shared. They're the shared.
Well done this afternoon. That was absolutely brilliant. I personally had the privilege of seeing you do too much sport this year. But what a first introduction that was for me. So many fantastic individual performances, but I was also privileged enough to listen to Mr. Kennedy and Ms. Duffield doing the commentary. I'm sure your parents will have enjoyed that. And the best thing is you'll get the opportunity to go and watch yourselves back again this evening on that link. Okay, and Ms. Duffield made such a poignant point regarding the team that takes place this afternoon. Obviously, there are a couple of individual awards, but the most important awards are the ones that involve the team. So very, very well done. While we're mentioning teams, I'd like to thank my specific team, the games department. In particular mention, I know Mr. Kennedy will say a few more words, but to Mr. Esdin and Mr. Conlon, who have done a huge amount of time to put this together. Very special thanks to the rest of the games department and to our upper sixth pupils who gave up their afternoon to come and help you. And I hope that in a few years' time, there'll be a few of you who return as upper sixth to come and help the current third form at that time. And I think we should just give those pupils and those staff in particular a big round of applause. Social distancing.
Yeah, we're really grateful to the sports department and we thank them. Thanks also to CheersMate for bringing us the live stream this afternoon. And can we also thank Beth from the medical centre who's come to support us, but thankfully hasn't been required too much this afternoon. So can we give them a round of applause? Thank you. There's definitely two elements to this afternoon, and one is seeing people who've trained hard do really, really well and thrive. And that's what the sports department want you to do. Whether you came first or fifth is to improve and to make the most of your ability. And the exciting thing is, seeing some of you in action for the first time today, is the prospect that you've got another 5 or 6 years to develop. So if you've liked one of the events you've done today, keep doing it, get involved, keep listening to your sports teachers, and we can develop you into top-class athletes by the time you leave the college. I think just as impressive is people who have dragged themselves around the track or tried to throw a discus or trying to do high jump without ever doing it before, and you're doing it for your tutor group. And that is wonderful to see. So well done for engaging fully. And this is the most amount of athletes, the highest number of athletes we've ever had for the lower school taking part in Sports Day. So please give yourself a round of applause. And now to the best individual performances before we do the tutor group awards. So in lower third, well done to Astrid Facius, who is the Victrix Lidorum. Come up, please, Astrid. Great performance. Well done, Astrid. Well done, Astrid. And for the lower third boys, joint Victor Lidorums were Benji Schmidt-Wheely and George Westaway. Well done. If you race up here, the first person up gets a certificate. No, neither. Fine. You will be issued with a certificate in due course. We've only got one here. You'll both get them at presentation assembly. Come on up here, guys. In the upper third, the Victrix Lidorum is Isabella Orman. Well done, Isabella. Well done, Isabella. Great work. Go and join the rest. Fantastic performances. And for the upper third boys, the joint victors Lidorum are Noah Robson and Luca Christie. So coming up, guys. Well done. Noah's gone for his house event, but good to have you still here with us, Luca. Well done. That's right. Give him a good round of applause. You'll get your and the house event. In lower third, in third place, we're lower third H with 115 points. In second place, we're lower third M with 149 points. So can we have a huge cheer and round of applause for lower third L, who won with 170 points. Can one of you come up to collect the cup, please? Tom, well done. Great individual performances and great relay as well. Well done. Come and join these guys. In upper third, in third place was upper third L with 160 points. In second place was upper third B with 201 points. And in first place, well done to upper third H with 219 points. Can one member of upper third H please come up? That concludes this afternoon's event. It's really important now that we get the next bit right. So can we just make sure, please, we've picked up any litter, so there's nothing left here. We're really lucky to be able to use this track this afternoon. If you're leaving direct with your parents, in a minute I'll come with you to the car park and I'll tick you off as you leave. Otherwise, wait here, please, until one of the sports department tells you when you can go back to the coaches. Well done, and thank you very much.
Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs.
Winners of 2018
give it up. Go